Alright guys, in this video, I'm gonna go over how to automate your FBA prep. Stick around till the end of this video because I got a really cool offer for you guys. It's 100 free units for your first new account. Check this out. Alright guys, so I want to go over some of the advantages on why you're going to want to use a prep center and how you're going to want to automate the process as much as you can, right? So the first thing I want to go into is your costs, right? Like when you're using a prep center, having everything go into one prep center, you can actually consolidate all your shipments. A lot of our prep centers, that's what we do, is we have customers ship all of it in, and then we will consolidate the packages and the pallets into one pallet, and then that'll allow us to ship LTL instead of UPS. That will lower the cost significantly, right? The other benefit to that is that you're kind of improving the efficiency, right? All of our prep centers work on 2D labels. 2D labels is the quickest thing for Amazon to receive. So when Amazon gets it, they scan the 2D label, it automatically goes to their robots, right? If you're not using 2D labels, you know, it has to go in and then it has to get labeled by one of their team members. So it goes into like this really long queue. It gets delayed a lot, right? The other benefit to having everything to one central location and then having them consolidated is that you can work on an average, right? So you may not know what your exact prep fee is, but you can get an exact unit cost because you're gonna have everything unified in one invoice, right? So that's just kind of like how we like to set it up, and it's much faster, it's much cheaper. And the biggest part about it, which I'm gonna go into the next part, is the biggest part about it is you get to cut down on a lot of your steps and processes. Like every other warehouse you have to deal with, you have to reach out to the person, you have to communicate with them, you have to, anytime you have to talk, like, right? Like in a warehouse, like, you know, we're talking about like minimum margins. So, you know, we're making 5 cents, 10 cents on an item. You know, some people are shipping in 15 units. So we kind of want to have the whole process automated. We don't really want to have to talk to people and explain to them where one unit is or like ask questions about how to prep it. So that's how we automate it. So the quickest way for us to automate the process, right? We have all of our clients working, or we refer all of our clients to work with sales support. The reason why is because we got 5 different warehouses that are available for any customer to use, right? So whether you have, you know, vendors in New Jersey, you utilize New Jersey warehouse. Whether you have vendors in California, you could ship it to the California warehouse. Now the process for that is very, very straightforward, right? So you simply just take a file and you upload it to the platform. Once you upload it to the platform, it's gonna go ahead and create all the SKUs for you. It creates the SKUs, it checks for any gating, it checks for any hazmat, it checks for any restrictions, it checks for storage limits. It's doing all those things in the background. That's removing a lot of your data entry or your VA's data entry, right? Because that's going to take a lot of time. That could take, you know, if you were doing each SKU individually, it could take you hours depending on the number of SKUs you have. So any kind of data entry we like to automate, we let the platform do it for us because it'll just do it in the background. We don't need to pay someone an hourly fee to do that, right? So we use the platform, and whether it goes to New Jersey warehouse or goes to California warehouse, we simply upload the order and we choose New Jersey, California, right? So it's everything is in one simple dashboard, one simple page, all the purchase orders. It may have different warehouse locations on each one, so it's easy for us to see. And then once we specify the warehouse location, that warehouse is then able to go in and edit, you know, they could pretty much see the entire PO because we've uploaded the order. So the other benefit to that is that we don't need to have, you know, any VAs or anybody creating shipments, right? So we don't need to create, you know, an FBA labels. We don't need to create any FNSKUs. We don't need to create the shipment. A lot of times, you know, one of the other benefits to letting the warehouse do that is that they can do it on the fly. So for example, they get a box, they create a shipment, they get the labels. Now let's say, you know, 10 minutes later, another box comes in, right? I don't need to go create a new shipping plan for them, give them labels, right? The other box comes in, they're able to just pull the PO, the file that we uploaded, they just simply add it to that shipment and then just ship it out all in one shot. So that alleviates a lot of the data entry for us, creating the SKUs, testing the SKUs, and then creating shipments, getting labels, giving them labels, communicating with the warehouse, especially if you're using multiple warehouses, communicating with them is a drag, right? So that alleviates all of those steps. We no longer have to do any of that moving forward. So we went ahead and partnered up with sales support, and we got a coupon code for you guys. So anybody that's looking to get started, simply just go on the sales support website. The bottom right is gonna have an intercom button. Just click that, mention this video, and you're gonna get 100 units free. Your first 100 units are gonna be free, right? A few things that I wanna walk you guys through and exactly, because I had somebody call me the other day and they're like, hey, like, can you just give me their address, just because I want to, I have this shipment, I'm ready to send it, I just want to ship it into them. And I'm like, I kind of have to talk the guy off the ledge, right? Because I'm like, unless you upload it, they have no clue what's in your box or who it belongs to. Why would you want to ship something to a prep place without them knowing it, right? Because it comes in, it can get buried, it can get lost. It's not even the prep place's responsibility at that point if you just decide to randomly ship in, right? So there's certain steps that you have to go through in order to qualify for that, for your prep place, in order to streamline it. So the first step you're gonna go is you're gonna go on the website sales.support, right? The next step you're gonna do is gonna take you through a few different steps, but pretty much all you have to do is you just gotta add your keys, your Amazon or your Walmart keys. You add the keys to the site, you add in a credit card, right? If you guys don't wanna use like the reprice or anything like that, you can go ahead and skip that, right? So just add in your credit card, and then you're going to go to purchase orders, new PO plan, and then you're gonna upload a new purchase order. I'm gonna go into a separate video on how to exactly do that, or you can also reach out to sales support, shoot them a message on intercom, and they'll give you a YouTube tutorial on how you can do it. So once you upload that purchase order, your work is done. Like, you don't need to communicate with the warehouse. You don't need to tell them how to label your boxes. They go through their warehouse will go through a very rigorous setup. So once they get in the box, they look for a 5-digit alphanumeric code on your box, right? That's the code that matches with the order you upload, right? They type in that code, they get all the PO content in on their screen, right? They end up going item by item. It takes them step by step. It shows them a picture and a title. It says, is this the right item, right? They have to confirm. They look at the item, they look at it, they confirm, put in the quantity. Automatically, it'll add it to a shipment. It'll give them the 2D labels, and it'll allow them to ship it and streamline it, the whole process, so you don't have to contact them, you don't have to reach out to them, right? So the only thing you guys gotta do is you have to go on the site, you have to make an account, upload your keys, and then you have to upload your purchase order under new PO plans, right? If you guys want some more information on that, you can also comment below. I wanna hear exactly more on how do you guys do your prep? How do you guys utilize it? Do you think this is a good process or a bad process? I really wanna get some more feedback from you guys. Also, if you guys like the content, feel free to just subscribe down below, hit the notification. We try to come out with new videos, informal videos that help you guys. We've been noticing a lot of prep searches and things like that. So this is a video to kind of help you guys excel with that. So just to recap, there's some things that you're gonna want to look for. If you're not utilizing one of these warehouses or the platform, there's certain things you're gonna want to look for, right? The fee structure, right? So are they charging per unit, per prep? Right? Do they have an oversized fee, right? Do they have a box fee, right? A lot of people have box fees on top of it. The thing about, working with the platform is that any warehouse you use, the fees are all universal. You get an invoice 5 days after your invoice is sent out. It automatically charges to your card, and you can just download the invoice. So it makes the whole fee structure and calculating invoices really, really easy. Another thing that I really like about it is that the reconciliation is so simple, because the upload that you make, you're gonna see on the same page, you're gonna see the quantities that the warehouse receives. That removes any kind of communication. You need to reach out to hey, how many did you get, this and that. It's also gonna show you how many, so it's gonna show you how many you ordered, it's gonna show you how many they received and how many they were shipped. So for some reason, if something can't ship, you're gonna see it as pending, right? So this makes the reconciliation that much easier, because I don't need to contact multiple warehouses, ask them, hey, how many did you get of these? How many did you get of that? I could instantly see it on my screen, real time, as they're receiving it, and that'll allow me to reach out to the manufacturer and do a claim for credit or whatever it is, right? So if you guys like this video, shoot me a message below, because I want to know more about how you guys do your prep, right? And feel free to subscribe and look out for the next video.
You guys see any value in the video you just saw? If so, hit the subscribe button right over here, and make sure you click the bell to get notifications whenever we come out with new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, so you can continue to build your own FBA machine.